What if Superman's powers weren't one person's? Welcome to the channel. I want to tell you about a comic I'm making, and I want to start with a question. What if the most powerful hero in the world wasn't a person? What if it was a schedule? Here's the concept. 7 people. Each one gets Superman's powers. Flight, strength, invulnerability, the whole thing. But only one day a week. Monday through Sunday. 7 people, 1 rotation. And the world has no idea. Now think about what it takes to pull that off. Because this isn't just 7 people taking turns. This is an organized deception on a massive scale. Think S.H.I.E.L.D. Think the GDA from Invincible. A government-adjacent organization that has engineered this entire system. Holograms, voice modulation, coordinated PR, to make the world believe they're looking at one hero every single day. Same face, same suit, same name. Different person underneath. And it works. The world has a hero they trust, a symbol, something consistent and reliable and powerful. And behind the curtain, there are 7 regular people living regular lives 6 days out of 7, going to work, paying bills, having problems, being human. And then one day a week, they're the most powerful person on the planet. Now here's where the origin gets interesting, because nobody chose this. It wasn't a radioactive spider, it wasn't a dying planet, it was a mistake. The organization, the same one running the whole operation, was originally trying to create one superhero, one person, a controlled experiment. And somewhere in the process, the dose got split, among 7 babies, a maternity ward mix-up that nobody outside the organization ever knew about. And instead of one Superman, they had 7 kids growing up across the world with no idea what was coming. The organization kept tabs on all of them, their whole lives, watching, waiting. And when the powers started manifesting, around puberty, the way these things tend to go, that's when they moved in, brought them in, told them the truth about who they are and what's expected of them. 7 strangers, late teens, early 20s, different backgrounds, different personalities, different ideas about what it means to have this kind of power. And they're told, you're a team now, whether you like it or not. And most of them don't like it. Because here's what this kind of arrangement actually does to people. You get the powers for one day. One day a week, you're the most powerful person alive, and then it's gone. Someone else has it. And you go back to being a regular person who happens to know what it feels like to be invincible. That's a specific kind of psychological weight, and it sits differently on different people. 2 of them are at the center of this story. One of them takes it seriously, uses their day exactly the way you'd hope someone would. Genuinely altruistic, shows up, does the work, tries to make it mean something. The kind of person who believes in what they're doing even when it's hard. The other one is harder to read. Think of him like if Batman was a teenager with Superman's abilities. Jaded, skeptical, serious in a way that reads as harsh. He's not cruel, but he's not gentle either. He handles threats differently than the others. More decisive, less patient. The kind of person where you look at them and think, I'm glad they're on our side. Maybe. These 2 don't trust each other at first. They don't really trust anyone. But the story is about what happens between them over time. The enemies to something else arc. The slow realization that the person you're most suspicious of might be the only one actually being honest. But here's where the comic really begins. One of the 7 is murdered. And I want to be clear about what that means in the context of this world. Because it's not just a death. It's a specific and targeted act that required knowledge that almost nobody has. An enemy wouldn't go after the hero. The hero is invulnerable on their day. They'd go after the person, the regular human underneath. But nobody is supposed to know who the person underneath is. The whole system exists to protect that secret. So whoever did this knew. They knew exactly who to target and when they'd be vulnerable. And the only people with that information are the other 6. This is the comic I'm making. And I'll keep documenting it here as it develops. Like and subscribe.